Hey everyone, let's get started. My name is Devin Rogers, also known as Sean File, and welcome to the third episode of the Naked Lowbie Run Challenge in World of Warcraft. The goal of this challenge is to take a level 1 naked character from Darnassus all the way down to Tanaris without dying on a Horde PvP server. This is going to be extremely hard. As you can see by the death count at the top of the screen, we've already died 5 times, none of which has actually been from the Horde. There was one instance where some Horde NPCs caught whiff of us and came after us, and we got distracted and eventually got killed by a spider while we were running from the Horde. But we have yet to see any Horde players. The first episode ran kind of long. It was somewhere north of an hour. The second episode ran about 40 or so minutes. I'm going to try and keep this to about 30 minutes of playtime. So we'll see how far we actually get. So we are picking up with Aetherdeer, who, if you saw episode 2, we had just started with him. As you can see, we're still in the early Darnassus area, and my wife came home, and so I said, you know what, I'm going to cut it there, and we'll pick up with Aetherdeer next time. So this is now the next time. It is no longer the Midsummer Fire Festival. I did 2 episodes in the same day during the Fire Festival. I can't remember what day it was. But here we are now on July 15th. Nothing crazy is going on today. So hopefully the Horde will not be out and about. Now, the farthest we've gotten has been Desolace, believe it or not. We got all the way to Desolace before getting killed. And the way we were able to do that, somewhat cheating, we took the ocean route. So once we flew to Darkshore, we swam all the way down to Desolace, and unfortunately, even though there were a few different obstacles we were able to overcome, there were some Naga, there were some Hydras, slaughterfish. I can't remember what kind of fish they were, those big pink grouper things. We got to a point in Desolace, right at the north, in the north end, there's an island there, and it was swarming with Naga, and I tried to find a way around. It seemed pretty impossible, and we ultimately, I keep saying we and the character, me and the character, ultimately died to Naga. Not sure there was any way around it. There were too many Naga there, and if we had gone too far around them, we would have died from drowning or from fatigue from being out in the deep ocean. So I said, yep, not going to go that way again. It's not worth it. It's probably not possible, and swimming that way can get a little boring. Now, that said, I've been thinking about how I wanted to tackle this next run. I've been thinking a lot about it, and I had a few different options. One option was to hug the coast again until we got up to, or down to Ashenvale, and then cut back inland and go that way, number 1. Number 2, jump into the river that kind of goes straight down the middle of Darkshore, which I'm going to try that next. I'm not going to try that now. I'm going to try that next. And see how far we get. I'm hoping, because there shouldn't be too much dangerous stuff in the river, that depending on what's on either side, we can just hug different sides of the river and maybe even get up onto the land if we have to, until we get down to Ashenvale, and then just be a lot more careful, because we've only been to Ashenvale once, at least by land. Not going to do that yet. The third option is to hug the mountains of Darkshore to get down to Ashenvale, but I have a feeling that's going to be pretty dangerous. So, the last option, and this is the option I'm going to try now, just to get it out of the way, I want to be able to show myself it can't be done this way so that I will never try it again, because I don't want it to be the one way that we haven't tried, and that is to swim around the other side of the continent. So we swam all the way down to about here. This island right here is where we died the first time. So we got decently far. It looks like almost halfway down the continent, at least vertically. Instead, we're going to swim this way. Now, there's not a whole lot right around here, so I'm not sure what we're going to come up against while we're swimming that way. Once we get to Ashara, things are going to get tough. I could stick around the sides. We're going to have Ogrimmar there. The Dustwallow, it's going to be... this side of the island is going to be very challenging because there are a lot of mobs out in the ocean. But we'll see how far we can get, because if we somehow manage to get here, I don't know if that's possible because there's just so much junk in here, to where we can run kind of along the side here and then swim. We could at least get to Gadget Zan. So we'll see. All right. So this is how I'm gonna play this. Let's see. We're just gonna go right up and in. Let's check and make sure there's nothing crazy down here. It's just a bunch of crabs for now. I have a feeling there's gonna be some murlocs coming up shortly. Yep. Okay. So, gonna have to pay a lot of attention to what's going on, because do not want to get aggroed by any murlocs. But there shouldn't be too many past this point right here on the map, because then we're just behind some mountains, and I don't think there's very much life at all back here. Okay, well, there's a murloc. There's a murloc. So already running into trouble. I wonder if we would have been better off sticking to the road. Well, not going to backtrack now. Let's see what's going on over here. Yikes, there's some murlocs right there. Wow, there's a lot of murlocs right there. That must be a murloc hunting ground for some sort of quest. Alright. So we're going to have to give this a wide... give them some space. Okay, so I think we're going to have, I think once we get around here, it doesn't look like there's anything out here. So we're good for a while. So if you've watched the other episodes of this challenge, you would know that it's not just about playing the game. There's other things I'd like to talk about relative to games in general, not just World of Warcraft. So just a few updates on some stuff I've been playing. I finally finished, I should say, not completed, Nier Automata. Wow, what a game. I'm not going to spoil anything, because that game is just too... Wow, there's so many murlocs down there. That's intense. Nier is such an amazing game. I will not spoil it. If you haven't played it, go out and play it. I did not play the previous Nier. I did not play the Drakengard games, which Nier comes from the same universe as. I went into it blind, no clue what was going on, and I absolutely loved it. Game of the Year nominee for sure, absolutely 100%. It did stuff that I hadn't seen in a game before. I know that sounds like a big statement, but it is true. I'd say the biggest selling points of it for me were the story and the music. The music was fantastic, and I am so conflicted between Nier and Persona right now as far as who's got the best music of the year. I'm really not sure how that's going to go. But I have not finished Persona yet, so I'm going to wait to make my judgment call until I've finished Persona and heard everything that game has to offer. But right now, between it and Nier, it's going to be I'm going to have so much trouble doing it. I can't even talk about it, apparently. Let's see. So we're almost a few minutes away from being halfway through the video, and we're still in Darkshore. That's okay. Those are some cool looking trees. I don't think I've been this far north in Darkshore in a long time. It's interesting how the ocean colors turned into some sort of like ooze-ish yellow. I wonder if there's some fell stuff going on up there, because those trees look pretty warped. Let's dive down a bit, make sure there's nothing here. It's so cool how, you know, there's all this landmass and stuff out here, but there's just really nothing out here. It's like the designers, when they're making this, I wonder if they knew that very few people would ever come out this way. I mean, you can even see on the mini-map, like, here's where the drop-off is, this dark blue area. Yet there's this whole area up here where you can go, I could come all the way up here and I wouldn't start getting fatigue. So, like that whole area right out there. So that's pretty cool. But there's the drop-off, so now we're going to start fatiguing. Unless we hug the mountainside. So we are going to do that. So myself, Onyx, and Matt have all finished Nier Automata. The next time the three of us can get together, you will be seeing an exit review from us. I'm very excited to see what we score the game. I know where I already have my scores figured out. I know where it's going to rate for me. Excuse me. I know generally where the other two fellas are going to rank it, but I don't know what the final score is going to be, so I'm excited to see that. In the meantime, later on today, Matt and I are going to be filming an exit review for Prey. That may or may not appear before this video on our channel. He and I had finished it a long time ago, and so we're excited to finally be able to give everybody our thoughts on that game. Let's see what else is coming. D23 is today, so you should be seeing some videos for that right around now, or sometime before or after seeing this video. Very excited to see what they're going to show off for Kingdom Hearts 3. My heart wants there to be so much new stuff. My heart wants there to be something with Star Wars, something with Marvel, and a release date. I'm not expecting this year, but if they can pull off 2018, I will be ecstatic. That's what my heart is saying. My brain is saying, you know what? They're probably going to show off Frozen. Which I'm not... I mean, if there's a Frozen world in the game, that actually would be pretty cool. My allergies are flaring up. Ooh, today. Sorry. Excuse me. Wish I had a tissue here. Good thing this is only a 30-minute video. Heyo. Alright, let's check out where we are. Well, we're not even on the map anymore. So right now we're somewhere north of Moonglade. And if I can get us up here on land for us to run, maybe we'll get going a little bit faster here. So I'm not really expecting a whole lot. I think they may show off the Big Hero 6 world that they announced at D23 last year. Which, if that's all they show, I mean, we're probably not getting Kingdom Hearts for still quite a while. Which, it really sucks because they announced, now in development, gosh, I think it was in 2013. The year the PS4 and Xbox One came out, at that E3, it was Kingdom Hearts 3 is now in development. That was 4 years ago. I didn't expect it in the past 2 or 3 years, to be honest. I thought this year it had a chance, but we have not seen a whole lot from it. Unless Square Enix has learned how to keep everything close to the belt. And I don't know why I went all the way up there. And just not show off a whole lot for games until they're ready to come out. Then, you know, we may still have another 2 years for this game. People are saying 2019 online. I cannot fathom that game taking that long. It just does not make sense to me. This is so funny how we're alternating between Dark Shore and Moonglade. It's gonna come out next year. It has to come out in 2018. Unfortunately, that means Game of the Year for 2018 is going to be ridiculously hard to pick. I think it's already going to be a challenge this year with the likes of Zelda, Mario, Persona, Nier, Horizon, which I haven't played, and plenty of others. But Red Dead Redemption got moved to next year. Ni no Kuni 2, which realistically I doubt very many people would put it on their Game of the Year list, but I would put it on my personal one if it's anything like the first game. But God of War's coming out next year. The Spider-Man game's coming out next year. Who knows what else is coming out next year? Monster Hunter World. Maybe Final Fantasy VII episode, whatever they're going to do, is going to be coming out next year. I think Aether Deer survived one of the longest so far, believe it or not. I think the character who we got down to Desolus was Darnassus. I believe that was his name. I thought that was a pretty cool name. Aether Deer's doing pretty good. Now, Darnassus, when he swam down the other way, there was a lot more going on. There were crabs hanging out. There were fish. There were naga. At one point, when we got to the Stone Talon area, there were elementals, and there was lava bleeding down the mountainside out into the ocean. So there was a lot of cool stuff to look at. I knew that the first part of this was just going to be empty rocks and just wide open nothingness. I mean, you can still see Darnassus way back there, but I apologize. I had to get this out of my system. We had to do it now. Otherwise, there would always be that, what if? What if we could go that way? Oh, please don't die from fall damage. Alright, how far are we past Moonglade? Ooh, are we out of Moonglade? Jeez, I can't even tell. Yeah, it looks like we're somewhere over here. So we're up here. Yeah, we're up here somewhere. So we're actually making pretty good time. We should be coming around the side here into winter spring territory pretty soon. There it is. Right on cue. We can officially say we've been to winter spring as a level 1 character, which is insane considering winter spring is one of the higher end zones, level 50 to 55. Now, granted, you can't actually get in there from the ocean, so we're skipping the whole thing. But trying to see that tree without getting under the water. I guess that's okay. We'll just go straight across. We won't fatigue out. We'll survive. Let's take a look down there. That is deep. I think one time in Vanilla WoW, I decided to swim around Darnassus, and about halfway through, I was like, okay, I'm bored. I want to get out of here. And I guess my Hearthstone hadn't reset yet. Back when it was still, you have to wait an hour on your Hearthstone. See, there's nothing back here, but then the developers go and do little stuff like this. It's like, you know, what is actually back here? I mean, if you look here on the map, you can see that it's just an empty space where you can run through. In vanilla days, I actually would come around looking for places like this, because then I would try to hop up the mountainside, kind of like what I'm doing now. See, this is ridiculous. I'm probably going to get myself killed because I'm going to get fall damage from something, so I'm not actually going to. I'm gonna be smart. I'm not going to attempt this. But in vanilla WoW days, there was one time on the Eastern Kingdoms, I managed to get on top of the Eastern Plague Lands. There was nothing there. It was literally a flat surface way up there on top. And I just ran around on my Black Panther. And eventually dropped down onto Light's Hope Chapel, I think is what it's called. Basically the area where the Death Knight starting zone is now was just all mountains. And it was just empty geometry. And so I was just running around up there. I have a screenshot somewhere on an old laptop. I wonder if I could find it. But I was like, man, yeah, I broke the game. This is so great. Wasn't all that special. But it was before flying. It was before they opened up all that stuff. So I was pretty pleased with myself. So let's see. What were we talking about? Kingdom Hearts 3, probably going to be hopefully 2018. Better not be 2019. Oh, so we started talking about Game of the Years. I think next year is going to be crazy with all of the games coming out next year. It was like 2016 is going to be the big year, and then a bunch of stuff got pushed to this year. Okay, 2017 is going to be the big year, and it has been. I would say 2017 has been the biggest year for games this generation, easily. But a lot of the stuff that was expected to come out this year is also coming out now next year. So 2018 might even be bigger than this year, which is crazy considering everything we've gotten so far. I'm really interested to see what Nintendo brings to the table next year. Other than Yoshi and Kirby, Metroid Prime's not going to be out next year. The Pokemon game might be out next year, but I have a feeling that's going to be a 2019 game. So hopefully we'll get Smash Brothers, even if it's a port of the Wii U version, which I never played, so gimme. All right, we got to be coming around the side here pretty soon. I wish we could zoom all the way out and see where we were. We're definitely in the Winter Spring area because we saw some snowy mountains. Yep. Yeah, let's try and run on the side. Nope, not working. Oh my gosh. That's a lot more mountains. But this right here is probably that. So, we're getting close. And I'm not going to hug this the whole way across. I think I can swim straight. We're not going to fatigue ourselves. Something I would like to do once I've finished this series is start a new Warcraft series where brand new level 1 character, and the only way we level up is through pet battling. And I'm going to start with a level 1 rare pet, which I'm sure I have some. See, here's the thing. I've played so much WoW. I've got tons of these pets. I just don't remember how to pull up the menu. La 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 la. Alright, let's filter this down. Sort by rarity. Do I have any level 1s? Yes. Okay, so I'm going to pick one, and I might pick one of them at random. And then I am only going to play with pets that I catch during that run. So, not quite a Nuzlocke, because I'm not going to Nuzlocke challenge it, but I'm going to restrict myself only to certain pets. And I'm only going to allow myself to use pets that are of rare quality or higher. So that will encourage me to go out and try to get some better pets. And I think that'll be fun. We'll see how far we can go. Haven't decided if I would do that on a PvP server or not. I don't know what that would even bring, because I don't plan on battling other enemies. But I might do it on a role-playing server, so I think that would be a lot of fun. I've never done anything in WoW on a role-playing server. And so if I role-play as a Pokemon, if you will, battle pet trainer, just going around collecting and battling, I think that'd be a lot of fun. Alright, we finally made it into the Winter Spring map, so that's good news. And being able to run along the mountainsides, making this go just a little bit quicker. Alright, but I don't want to get killed, so let's jump back down. So I think that was the edge that we had seen way back when, so we're actually doing really good. Yep. So we've come all the way over here. We're going to be getting to Ashara here pretty soon. Ah, come on. That should be easy enough to walk on. At least just let me up so I can try and... There we go. Run a little bit faster. So I know that this is only because I've limited the length of this video, but this is officially the first video where we do not have a single death. Woohoo! I'm okay calling that now because I'm going to cut this in about 30 seconds. Actually, you know what? I'm just going to cut it now. I'm going to say so long, farewell. We will pick this back up with A through Deer on episode number 4 of the Naked Lowbie run. Thanks for joining me. I hope you enjoyed some of my commentary. I know we didn't see a whole lot of action in this video, but buckle in, because episode 4, we are going to be coming around the mountain here, and then we're going to be in Ashara, and things are going to get bananas. That is a straight-up Horde territory, so there's going to be a lot of Horde running around. This could get problematic. All right, take care. See you next time. Like what you saw? Check out some of our other videos, and be sure to hit the subscribe button to stay up to date with our latest content. Thanks for your support, and thanks for watching.